All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me today. 3-point hitch control valve housing on the 4850. The progress continues. I think we're kind of we're going to put it on the tractor at this point and try it because I think we made some good progress. So the new valves and guides are in. There's the old ones, the two bullet-looking pieces. Them are the old ones. So we got them in, and we air check it, and there's no more leakage around there. And we fixed the leak coming out of this flow control valve. That's the big bung right here, and there's a spring and other washers. That valve was getting hung up in there, so we cleaned that up good, and there was actually a chunk of debris. So we took that chunk of debris out, and that's what was stopping that valve. And so we no longer get air leak here. We no longer get air leak here. So now it's time to put it on the tractor. But you can see, where's my pointer? Right here. Come on. Where my O-ring is, let me get that light out of there somehow. Yeah, so where my O-ring is going, where my O-ring pick is going, there's, well, for Pete's sakes. There. So, there, perfect. Now don't move anything. That tapered bolt is how we adjust our valve clearance here for rocking back and forth. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the tractor. Then we're going to get everything bolted back up and everything. And then when we start the tractor, you put a pair of vice grips on your lever here, and we'll show you that. And you move it, and so when you move that vice grip, the hitch comes up, and when you stop and start moving that vice grip back, at the top of the vice grip, at the thumb screw up here, so you push it forward, the hitch comes up, and when you pull it back, you should only move like 3/8 of an inch, and the hitch should want to lower. If you're getting a hissing, then you want to turn that screw in. And if you have to really move that vice grip, then you want to turn that screw out. And what that does is it moves that taper. You can see it spinning there. And so it brings that taper out and tightens up that valve. So I'm going to bring it all the way out and then just go in like a turn and a half as a starting point, and turn him all the way out, and then go in a turn and a half as a starting point, and then adjust the valves from there. So there he stops. So there's half, one, half. So we can start right there. And so let's get that bolted on the tractor, and in a couple hours I'll come back to you and we'll check it out. All right, so what you saw me doing was what I tried to describe, is that you're going to put that vice grip on that handle, and you're going to lift the 3-point, and then you're going to you only want that 3/8 of an inch of movement back, and the 3-point should come down. Well, you saw how far I had to move before the 3-point would come down, and then I took the screwdriver and tried to tighten them valves up. Well, we can't quite get all of that lash, that slop or play out of the lever movement. There's just enough wear and tear inside that valve assembly that you'd be really tearing it apart again, and who knows, you know, how expensive some of that stuff could be. So at this point, from the operator's point of view, the only thing you would notice if you had a moldboard plow on the back is that it would just be a little more lever movement to get the plow to drop and raise. That's the only thing. The hitch is fully functional. It now moves from bottom to top and actually goes from top back to bottom. Where before you had to shut the engine off to get it to lower down from the very top. And before, as soon as you shut the engine off, the hitch would just drop and then kind of catch mid-stroke there and then sit there for overnight. All our hissing, we had a loud hissing out of the lower part. We had a loud howling out of the upper part. Them are both gone. So I think at this point we can say that we've won the hydraulic leaks. I just have one thing left to hook up to see if that is now functioning normal. And if that functions normal, then the 3-point is all back together and good to go, other than we just can't get that valve lash as perfect as a guy wants. And so, yeah, we're starting to win. We're starting to win, and that's the fun part. It gets a little frustrating on the bench, you know, like, I can't stop these leaks. But then you stop the leaks on the bench, and then you're nervous, like, did I really stop them? Is it really going to work, you know? Because sometimes it just doesn't always work that well. And so, but this time we're going to take the victory. And so I thank you guys for watching this quick little video. I'm going to get back to work on the tractor. Cover crop day. It's cover crop day for the corn. So we got 100 acres of corn in. We got oats, a couple clovers, hairy vetch, and I'd have to read the tag to see what else we got in there. The corn isn't quite knee high. We're way behind on getting cover spread this year, but that's okay because everything this year is way behind. Growth of corn, everything is just behind, and I made a mistake on one field for fertilizing, so the corn looks like hell. And but yeah, we'll get these covers on, and then hopefully by fall they'll have a nice green mat out there. We'll have to do a video tour of Peterson's mill because, for one, I found a local agronomist that is actually pretty open-minded and likes science of soil and just how things work and like what happens if we do this. And two, Peterson's mill is a family-owned mill out of North Branch. They provide a lot of services that some of the elevators don't. And we should do a video tour of their facility because they got that typical old, you know, 150-year-old granary, you know, timber construction elevator. And so, I'll get back to this.